updating my Wi-Fi for some reason. Mobile stuff for some reason. All right, well, today we are going to be weeding and mulching that guy. So, appreciate you joining the stream here. Good stuff. Yeah, last night we had, you can see we got my all natural wood mulch we'll be putting in there, but yeah, last night we had a lot of rain. So a little later start than I wanted, so I just went and got some groceries first. Kind of give it a chance to dry out a little bit, and those who weren't on the stream yesterday, you missed out. We had a good time. We were doing some work over here. Let's flip the camera around. Let's say I got some mulch in here, got our phlox. Stuff's coming in good. Can't remember the name of these, but I've got these I thought died last year. My bulbs here, they're coming up. I've got them popping up all over, which is good. And then you can see I got some more cleanup to do here. So we got our Mexican sunflowers, and as you can see here, these are lilac bushes that are coming in. You see they're going to have nice purple flowers to them, so they're going to look pretty good. So we got that all the way down the row here. Orchard's coming in nice. See here, got my peaches. They're doing their thing. Apples are doing pretty good. And good news on the pawpaw front. I know it's hard to tell, but these buds are finally starting to propagate a little bit, getting a little life to them. They were looking more, nubbish before. I'm pretty excited getting have these pawpaws. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day today on the stream. With that, we get kind of situated over here. Start weeding. Then might even have a visit from my dogs today. We'll see how that goes. Always tough to see if my pups are going to make an appearance or not. So they're hanging out by the door, though. They're hanging out by the door, seeing what I'm up to. All right. Now, this mulch that I had last year when I was setting up this bed, did a pretty good job. But it wasn't as deep as I wanted. Last year was really just about setting up a lot of this stuff, and so this year is going to be a lot of cleanup on my poor, basically habits that I had when I set up my beds last year. But this phlox came in so nice. Isn't that pretty? It's doubled in size since last year, so that's a plus. Super excited about that. But yeah, pretty much this has just been letting these guys come around. They struggled a little bit here again because there's a lot of backfill. So I do have a lot of sand in here, so I had to beat in some loam, mix everything up, and put in a lot of extra fertilizer to get them going. But they're established now, and like I say, the phlox is doing great. And these guys will eventually they're starting to show some life, which is good. These will eventually they end up being about yay tall, big old ball looking thing, so which will be nice. We're going to load up with mulch this year. You can see, let me pull this weed up. You can see all that sand in there. Like that's what I was dealing with these. So they've got, I incorporated a lot of loam in there for my yard to help out. But the biggest piece here is I just want to continue to add my mulch in here to get organics in here. I give it, they like to have a little bit of something for the my soil bacteria to have other than sand. That ain't the best for it. But so yeah, and I just put my latest video out yesterday on how I'm, again, for those of you who are on the live stream, you got to see me do in real time, but where I was doing my as far as solarizing, killing off my cover crop, terminating it. So I got that video out. That one's doing okay. It's fun. I got a few people that have hopped on to send me some comments. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do. I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out, how I want to do these videos. You guys right here. Just trying to figure out how I want to do these. Like I say, at the end of the day, I like to do these live streams, but the long form, people are asking for them, so I want to be able to put them out. I'm just not really much of a video editor. I'm more of a teacher. But even then, I just do this. I do this for a lot of fun. Plus, to hang out with you guys, get to hang out here. The Dooku plan? No, I do not have the Dooku plan. I will say this much though. That's funny. That's actually pretty funny. But what I did, I've had a few people make recommendations for plants that they want to see me put in the yard or put in my garden. So that's nice. I got those. I got some bottles. I'm trying to think here. I've got some blue sunflowers I'm going to do, and then I've got what was the other one that somebody had on me? It's a type of, basically it's a type of pea, like a sweet pea, but it's got these really nice blue crimson flowers. So here you get this one a little bit better, where I've got that mixture. You can see where I've mixed in some loam with that weed that we have there. Oh, it's pretty funny. I had somebody on the comments for my short about scoring the solarizing the garden there with all the plastic. When I put on there, basically, there's a little joke on there, basically going after the dandelion in there. They're like, I had a couple people hopped on there to let me know that dandelions are not weeds. They are, and I get that. I know, I understand that. But in North America, they're not a noxious weed, but they're still a weed. They're not native. But either way, I just thought it was funny. We'd have people jump in to correct me. It's like saying mint isn't a weed. But if anyone's ever planted mint in their garden, they know how quickly mint turns from a wonderful, delicious herb into a weed because it goes everywhere. It's the same principle. Are they noxious? No. Does your place smell great? Yes. Or does it basically drown? Does it swamp out all the rest of your other things you're growing? Absolutely. So it fits the idea of a weed, but with that, I appreciate people coming on to educate me. It's one of those things. So here's the other spot too, which I love about here. So you guys can see this right here. So I have wild garlic that grows all over this property, everywhere. Tons of wild garlic. So I appreciate everybody hopping on the live stream. Got a nice little group on here today. But yeah, we got this wild garlic that grows in here. See if I can pull it up. I got tons of it. If I can go find it. Usually pretty far down. Yeah, it's going to be almost 8 inches down. I'm not going to get it. Leave it alone. But it's like I let the garlic actually grow here. So you'll see those little tendrils popping up everywhere. And it's purely for selfish reasons on my part, because if I'm ever running out of garlic, I just go outside and grab some. It's all over my yard. Okay. We get around the corner here. Give you a chance to show you guys my, I've got the wife and I, when we went to the nursery yesterday, picked up something new for the front yard too. It's kind of cute. A little doggo. Right. There isn't. Again, this has done a really good job. This mulch, and again, just staying on top of it. I pretty much am out here. Anytime I'm walking by the front here, I'll always stop and just pull something out. But it's done a good job of keeping the weed back in certain areas. Then you got other areas. You'll see one of these phlox. It's literally spiked with nut grass. Got a ton of it in there, so I got to go in there and do a little bit of elective surgery in there in a certain spot. Hear that? We got this wild lettuce that grows here too. With that electric lettuce. No, not that stuff. That's something different. Okay, so let's get over here now. Oh, you see that's Olive, everybody. Our little terrier that we rescued. So let's do this here. There you go. And I said this phlox came in. I love how this came in. It's just so pretty. I just wasn't prepared for the vast, how many of these purple flowers are going to come popping out of here. But like I say, I'm really happy with it. It was a nice little surprise. Speaking of surprises, I don't know if you guys saw my short from yesterday that I got. I found some basically dryad saddle. It's a pheasant back. It's a the mushroom literally across the street. Hi, Bonnie. Me. Yeah, sorry, it's my collie. She's here to protect me against me. So you can see we moved here from Maine. So my wife, she's from Maine originally, so we got to make sure we got our lobster in there. Love that little thing. And so this actually I got from a restaurant, an old seafood restaurant that went out of business. We had it up on our shed originally, and then we have a neighbor. He was kind enough. He put it on, welded it onto this little contraption here, so we can have it actually posted, looking nice throughout the day. All right, so let's see how we do here. So anyways, I got that pheasant back, and I had it with some brisket last night. That's the end of that story, and it was a great story. My wife hadn't had it before. It wasn't necessarily her thing. She never really liked the texture, but pheasant back, it's something that honestly, I hadn't had it in forever. I was kind of just blown away when I walked across the street, and it was literally just growing on a tree there. Like, hey, I've been waiting for you to see me for the last, however long. It hadn't been there that long, maybe 4 or 5 days, but it was pretty decent size. All right. Hope everybody's having a good day today. We've got nice weather out here today. You're just considering where we were at, temperature-wise. Let's try to find a good spot for you guys here. You can see this flocks. I got it running all the way around the house here. All right, you can see here where I've got and again, it's mostly just soil here because of the erosion from all the water and everything. We've been getting some heavy rains the last little bit here. So basically over the year. So it has eroded off a lot of these wood chips, which led to, obviously, everyone's arch nemesis, our crabgrasses coming in here, which I've been spraying in spots to kill off. I'm trying to see which is going to be the best version, because it's probably going to take me better part of a year to get the crabgrass under control. And that's because when they put the hydroseed down for my property here, as you can see, I mean, my grass came in like stupid thick, right? Looks good. But I've got areas where when they sprayed the hydroseed, it didn't come in. It washed away due to all the heavy rains we were getting last year. And that opened up the soil to start getting these guys popping in there here and there. So that nutgrass, which is awful. So just got to go bit by bit here, and to use the word, got to weed them out, right? So yeah, I just hope everybody, you guys got plans for the day here. Maybe getting out in the garden doing some stuff. You got some shopping to do. Obviously it's Sunday here in North America. I don't know where you guys are at, but as you can tell, it is a beautiful day out here. So I want to kind of get this done. I didn't get that painting in my bathroom yesterday, so that's got to get done today. So I wanted to get this done first so I can focus on that bathroom. Make sure get that paint all taken care of. All right. Oh yeah, and the other thing too, so the poplars here are starting to drop their fluff everywhere. It's already starting to, I could tell it without even seeing it. I knew it was coming because I could feel it in the back of my throat getting all like scratchy. Everybody knows what I'm talking about with the poplar fluff. Stuff is atrocious. At least, man, look at that crabgrass. Hate the stuff. It's all right though. Like with anything, any type of these infestations you get in, there's only really one way to do it, even to do it right. I mean, without killing everything off, which is what I'm doing out in the garden. That's solarization. What's this guy? What are you doing, buddy? Right back in there. But yeah, this is wow. Considering how today started, this is a beautiful day out here. It is gorgeous up here in northern Michigan. You know, it's one of the reasons why people come up here and they're, you know, there's the tourists come up here. When it gets summertime here, there aren't many places that are nicer. It is just absolutely gorgeous. We are enjoying it right now, that's for sure. Where are you at, buddy? Here. There's one. This box is great and all, but it does provide a little bit of a hide, you know, a little bit of a place for these weeds to hide at, and they're kind of a, can be a little bit of a pain to get to. All right, though. Like I said, it gives us a little, makes the hunt that much more enjoyable, you know. All right. Wow, you are going right up the middle of this plant, dude. But so, anyways, okay, there's that guy. I think there's one more. Okay, that's not good. That's gonna come back. That's all right. Get him next time. All right, so anyways, all right. Instead of crawling along the ground there, I'll come over to you. So as we're around the corner here, you're gonna start to see, if you can see, got that little puppy that at the take a closer look here in a second, but we got that little guy over at the nursery. These little stone dogs and cats here. We're not cat people. We are dog people in this house. Not that I have anything against cats, but we don't keep them in the house. So we got that. Okay. These things. Yuck. Gross. Well, hopefully, and this is, I've been pulling some weeds out here, just kind of saving them for this moment. I just, as again, just kind of stacking them up so they could dry out and die. Because I'm going to come through here after I get this, do my yard cleanup. Now that I got the, I got everything kind of done on that side. Kind of my yard cleanup would be to just come through here and pick up all these weeds. I'm just kind of leaving along the perimeter here. Area. So anyways, yeah, this decision on this phlox, I didn't make it lightly. I knew it was going to be, once something was going to fill in, because it does creep, right? It does. I lost a little bit of it there. Take up nice and close. But because I wanted it to spread, kind of naturally choke out all these weeds and stuff. But in order to do that, you got to get all the, basically you got to get them all out of there. These guys will spread. This nut grass. This stuff is just such a pain. I did read, and it's something that I've done in other places. So other times with nut grass, when you start getting it, the best known method, because it does come in these like little chunks here, is basically just hit it with it, you know, hit the entire thing with a hammer if you can. It smushes it. There's a chemical signal this thing sends out to when you basically, when the top of the plant gets chomped on, it sends a signal out to make more. So you rip them out, but you don't get the full node that's at the bottom, then it's going to make more and more. And so every one you pull out, it's going to make 5 more. It's like a little hydra. So what you want to do, if you can, wherever they're at, go through and swing a hammer at it and actually just break, smash them. You can see here, right? Because that isn't crabgrass. You can just tell by the bottom. This nut grass. And see how it sends those little guys off like that? So that's what you want to do. Just swing a hammer and smack them. Or do like I'm doing right here, because I can't really swing a hammer into my phlox here. I could. I ain't trying to beat up my phlox like that. Come on, guys. There we go. And especially if you have these large areas like this, just go through and do that. You'll be just fine. You don't have, you know, just regular hammer. It ain't like I got to pull like a full sledge out there. Just beat them and you'll be done. That's it. I've tested that theory out. I've done it in a few other my beds, and it's worked out really well. So yeah, this stuff came in so nice. I say last year I was a little worried about how I was going to do in here, but I mixed in some stuff to make sure it was going to have enough, hold the water, you know, make sure it was going to be good while it was getting established, and it did. It did so well. It looks so good. Here you go. Come here. Get over here, you. Okay, cool. Back out. All right, making good time here. Like next up is going to be getting all our mulch. So I've got. I wish I could remember the name of this. Anybody recognize this one here? But I've got these bulbs are coming back up. I've got them throughout. You can see what I'm talking about with the nut grass. See where I pulled out a couple without getting everything, and it keeps spreading. See, that's what we don't want. That's what we're doing today. We're kind of cleaning up a little bit of. Not that I was lazy, but I was a bit of a hurry. We'll say that, right? I think that's a better way to say that. We're in a little bit of a hurry. I mean, yeah, I was a little lazy about it. Okay. Either way, cleaning it up now. I knew it was going to be back here to get everything, so I just made more work for myself. Now, there's some stuff back here that I did touch with some weed killer. I've got, like I said, crabgrass on this property just from. Yeah, it had been a open field for, gosh, I don't know, 80 years. It's a long time. There's never really been anything built on here. It's always just been an open field. And so there's crabgrass established everywhere. Just like with anything, once it gets in, it's there. But, so I'm slowly working through getting rid of it. But it takes time. You can see here, another one of my, this one, another one of my wild garlics in here. Actually, it's wild onion. Yeah, this one's wild onion. I got both that are here, and both of them are equally delicious, which is nice. And like I said, I just let them go. I am not in a hurry to get rid of my wild garlic. I love those guys. One, they're native here, so they ain't hurting nobody, right? I mean, they're way down in the soil. They're down 8 to 10 inches. Ain't hurting a soul. But two, like I said, if I need something, it's kind of nice just to be able to reach out and, hey, for whatever reason, I'm on a garlic, or I need something, just a hint of onion. Just walk out here and grab some. Across the road there, I mentioned this before with y'all. I'm making our way down here. Let's flip this way. Better view. Anyways, while I was across the way here, the house, I mow our little corner across the street. It's a property managed by, they're absentee. It's a huge, couple 100-acre field over there of, they're basically letting it go back to woods. So they've got a bunch of hardwoods and whatnot planted, and they're just letting it go. But we need to take care of the corner for safety reasons. Well, so I go over there. I go over there and just mow it. Well, when I do that, depending on the time of year, and like right now, that was not a bulb I wanted to pull out. Whoops. Oops. Got one of my flowers. Anyways, depending on the time of year when I'm mowing, I was telling my wife, it literally smells like I'm running over, like just mowing up onions, like sweet onions too. It smells really great. All right. And that's over right in that area where I found that pheasant back too. Where are you guys at today? Just curious. Where are you guys at? You guys in the States here? You over in Europe? I had a few people I was chatting with, especially Sunday mornings for some reason, but I was getting a lot of European folks on the other day. It was kind of fun. Just chatting. I lived in Europe for a while, so share some stories. A little good stuff there. Yeah, you can see, like, again, this doesn't look good, and this grass isn't really helping anybody out. So we're just gonna help this stuff go away, and this is just going to be a battle of attrition, because once you have nut grass set up in your beds, it takes a while. Just like crabgrass, you just gotta kind of keep at it, hit it look every time you see one coming up, take care of it, but then also just make it a priority. Anytime schedule an hour just to come into the beds and target them. able to pull them out of here. But already looks a $1,000,000% better. What else we got missing out here? More of our wild lettuce we have that grows around here. And this is the wild lettuce that obviously, please don't do this without, make sure you know what you're ingesting. But the wild lettuce that we grow around here is the stuff where if you're is hallucinogenic. Younger me knows that through experience, not Ryan that's in his 40s right now. All right, let's get these guys out of here. All right, well, hold on. Can't believe I walked right past these guys. What are you guys doing in here? What is this stuff right here? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Right there. Blends in really well. I got to keep an eye out for it. Now, church is getting ready to get out here in a little bit, or church did just get out, so I'm going to get popular here in a moment. I'm going to have a whole bunch of traffic coming by. My running theory, and it is pretty much understood because people have told me about it, is folks, when they come into town now, they're driving by my house just to see what I've done with it, what the property's looking like. So that's what I was saying. This stuff right here, it'll get you happy. Well, you'll be miserable afterwards, but you'll be happy for a few minutes. All right. Yeah. Again, this stuff here, look at this. You wouldn't even know this stuff here unless you're looking for it, but it's definitely there. All right, so I got a whole bunch of my flowers. They're ready to go in you'll basically come out of the greenhouse and go in, which I'm happy. Which I did a few yesterday. I'm going to do a few more every day. Basically, just take some time every day and just do them a little bit by a little bit here, so I can get them all in. And not in a huge rush here. We still are. I was talking with my guy at the nursery, and it's funny. His parents are actually clients of mine, but we were chatting a little bit about the weather and what to expect. And we're both in agreement here that come on, buddy, magician, right? We're both in agreement that it should be safe to get stuff in the ground. If we have anything even close to cold, we're going to barely get a frost where I probably wouldn't even cover my plants, to be honest. That little bit of cold that they're going to get, they drop down to 30, 31 or 30. It's not going to kill the plants. They're going to be unhappy, but they'll be back up to 70 like it is here pretty much every day now. In a hurry, so it'll be all right. But yeah, good stuff. So I'm gonna start getting slowly on my garden. Start moving my like tomatoes will be the last thing that goes in, because tomatoes are pretty fickle. I'll probably wait on but I'm gonna get my squash and my zucchini out. I got some yellow squash and some zucchini that are ready to go. I'm gonna put some out, but I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna get those out now. And if those, for whatever reason, we do get hit with some cold, that's perfectly fine. They grow so quick, I'll be able to get some replacements in there. But if I can get them going now, that'd be great. And that's more stuff that I can put out for my neighbors too. If you guys haven't followed, subscribed yet, please do. I think you'll enjoy it because we come live here all the time. It's a lot, I'm live on Shorts all the time, but we're going to be building make sure you hit the notification bell too. It's pretty cool that way you can get notified when we come live, because I like to come on here, just chat with folks too, learn what's going on in people's gardens, what they're doing, but also kind of see, as we're doing our other handyman projects around the house. I'm talking about, look at that crap. We're going to be building a little farm, make a little vegetable stand, little fruit stand, just for out front here. It's going to be free, but for my neighbors, I'll put a little donation thing so they don't feel terrible, or if they want, but You just grab what you want of whatever I put out that day of what's available. I think my neighbors will dig, because they definitely are poking their heads around. All right. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I expect this. This is much better than I thought it was going to be. And there's still a ton of these guys like right here. Let's see them. Crap. All right. Did I hear? Oh, did I break them? Hold on. I think I did. Oh man. But they're just setting up shop in here a little bit, and they're getting ready to get a whole bunch of mulch put on them. So hopefully this year will be the year where all my weeds going forward in this particular bed between here and the front of the house, I missed one, are all going to be superficial. Like that's the goal, to get these all where this is all just superficial stuff that are weed seeds that happen to fall down and miraculously found a spot to, dang it, I have to be back for that one later. Found a spot to germinate and are here existing. So which some of these are, some of these aren't. These are your resilient guys from, especially some of this, such as baby crabgrass. It's just starting to come up because with all the mulch on here, it takes a while to warm up the soil to get the crabgrass to do its thing. But now it's finally at the point where it's warming up enough. Let's see, there we go. Like this guy right here. See, that's what I mean. That's been there for a minute. So let's keep you guys moving along with me here. And it's just going to be, look at this guy. Ain't he cute? I thought that was just adorable. I was like, told the redhead, just go and grab that. Go and grab that. That's good stuff right there. Ooh, did I get something in there? Ooh. Had a chunk of the mulch here get in my knee pads there. By the way, that's the other spot too. I mentioned this before. I mentioned it again. If you do not have knee pads and are planning on getting into or want to do some gardening, or if you are gardening, invest in the knee pads, folks. Just look at it as if they last about 2 seasons. It's not going to be a permanent thing, but you want to make sure that you got some, because man, do they ever make all the difference in the world. Okay. So this is about to be annoying. Just tell. Look at all that. Just came up in one. Crabgrass. All right. There you go. Got that guy out. Out of there. Take that one big piece there. Works out well. So yeah, I got some other bulbs that are coming up that I forgot I planted. That's another little fun thing about. I've been so busy with the rest of the property and the garden and stuff that I kind of forgot what I did up here, because this is like one of the first things that I did was this front patch here, and nothing really took the first year. This is like a fun little adventure, seeing what else I got growing up here. So again, welcome to the stream. Everybody who's stopping by, it's good to see you. Hopefully you're getting a chance today to get out and do some gardening yourself. Get out there and hopefully you got good weather for you to get out and enjoy. I say we're being blessed today here in northern Michigan with some amazing sunshine. I will give these, I'm going to say this much. Now, this is a dandelion, and like we were talking earlier, I had the folks on the stream that just cracks me up. Say that, dandelions aren't a weed. Obviously it depends on your region, but, I understand the premise. But I will give these guys credit, these dandelions. That's impressive. It found a way to get right in the middle of this phlox. One little seed came in and said, I am going to do this to your, and just come up and make this my space. You know, props to the little guy. I mean, he had to go, but props to him. Did good work there. All right. Oh, that's not good. But there we go. Making some headway today. Good day today. Just out here. I mean, I tell you right now, I'm obviously getting my sweat on here a little bit, but I will definitely take these days out in the sunshine, being uncomfortably warm, versus what we've been dealing with here in Michigan, just the uncomfortably cold. And we had some significantly really cold days, but it's more so the fact we just don't get the sun around here. You know, basically mid-December through basically mid to late February. The sun just barely comes out ever. And that has to do because of where Lake Michigan's at. We got the westerly wind blowing, westerly wind, right? So it makes we get a cloud deck that just kind of moves over the first, 20 miles or so, 15 miles of the west shore here, the west shore of Michigan. And so we're just covered with this low-lying cloud layer that just sits there and makes everybody sad. And our seasonal depression kicks in. And anybody who thinks that that isn't a thing, I recommend you come to Michigan and hang out for a solid 6 weeks here where it's light out, but you're getting there's no sunlight. You understand what I'm saying? It is just a cloudy and sad. And then when the sun does come out, it is as if, everybody's out. You see people that you hadn't seen it forever because no one really wanted to go out. What was the point? So, man, this phlox looks so good. I am so happy with this. This is a good choice, and it's doing a good job covering too. Like you can just see, last year they were this big. They're just this big. They're spreading out nicely, and they're almost at the point now where, in a good way, I'm going to have to come through with probably next season, and my maintenance on them is going to be hitting them with the trimmer. As I'm edging here, just hit them like with the weed eater. That may actually be their maintenance. Oh man, get in here. This guy is pretty significant. Let's see. Oh man, he broke off. You're gonna be back. Let's see if I can find you. Oh, lost it. Oh well. All right. That dandelion won that one. So, yeah, doing good stuff here. This is all right. Oh, got a few beetles out. Nothing, just the little black guys there. Nothing crazy. Okay, come here, you. What are you doing? Oh, I thought. So yeah, as you can see, this is my wild onion that I had. You can see I was mentioning like I got wild onion here. There you go. Living his best life. Oof, yeah. I'll smell there in the yard. I got to mow this evening after everything dries off. I'm at the point with this yard. Love it, but I have to mow basically twice a week. This stuff. Very thankful for it. It's a good yard. It's very pretty. Makes the house look nice, but it's definitely it's an investment to have a yard like this. And also, what's nice though, the yard, the grass, for right now, it's my green matter for my compost. Because I've got a ton of brown matter still. Got leaves from last year. Tons of that. And I need something basically to mix with it because obviously my garden isn't going yet. This grass, this early season stuff that we have here is perfect for that. Comes in and it's it's all chock full of nitrogen, so it's go time. And when I put this in with when I mix this in with my brown matter for the compost, it goes gangbusters. All right, let's see how big this dandelion root is. I am thinking, oh, it's not going to come up. That's probably going to be an 8-incher. Just kind of clearing the last bit out here, folks, and then it's going to be mulching time. Oh, actually, we're going to go for a little walk first. Almost missed this dandelion here. Cool. All right, put these on. Good stuff. Oh. What plants do I have? Well, like right now, these are, I don't know the name of these. They're called phlox. These are these purple ones. And I've got a whole bunch of other like bulbs and different types of flowers that I put in here. I'm terrible about the names for these because I got them. So that's where we're at right now. Sorry, I don't have a better answer for you there, paper. But that is what I'm currently working with. Over here. There you go. Set there. Can't see what I'm doing here. There you go. I think that's good. All right, so now you can kind of lose these. Shouldn't be down there too much. Now there's two schools of thought when it comes to putting mulch down. I'm in the get as much down as you can as quickly as possible and clean it up later camp. There's another camp that says take your time and make it look pretty as you go. That's not me. I am definitely just get it done. Let me see if I have another pair of gloves. Those are soaked. We do. Got another pair of gloves. Another set, but we'll go with these. All right. These are looking pretty good here. This looks pretty sharp. I'm pretty happy with, again, overall with the way this looks this year. I am very, very happy with the man, that guy just drove by with like the world's largest trailer. This thing's huge. This camper. It's obnoxiously large. Love it. So, anyways, we had rain last night, so I had to tarp off my mulch here to make sure it was going to be all right. Clear this off here. Okay. Ooh, last one. And this the whole reason I tarped it off was so I wouldn't be like hauling all this heavy mulch today while I was trying to do this. So, all right. So I think, I don't know if there's a right way to do this for you guys. It's kind of everything going on. But, maybe this. Maybe we'll do that. See how this goes. But as I mentioned at my nursery, Logan, where I go to here in West Michigan, we were both in agreement that it is going to be it's pretty safe to get stuff in the ground. So I'm definitely going to be this week getting stuff in the ground. Basically, now I've got everything started for the most part in my greenhouse, my tomato. I mean, I've got everything for my garden pretty much started except for like the corn and the sunflowers. Corn isn't something you can start early. it needs to be put in the ground, and you know, it wants to grow where it's planted or germinates. So that's one thing I do know. You can't go through and try to make you can't start corn early. Yeah, that one's pretty straightforward. I got corn and sunflowers for sure. They'll go in, and they're fine. You know, they go. I got some early season sweet corn that we're gonna do. Because, I mean, if you have a garden, you gotta have sweet corn. You know, it's just like saying, you know, vine ripened tomatoes. There's few things as good as, you know, fresh sweet corn right off the stalk. You know what I mean? And then have those tomatoes going too. Tomatoes, I got and you know, my poor wife, God bless her, because I could have cucumbers and tomatoes with like every meal. Just those two things with a little bit of oil and vinegar. I'm a pretty simple dude, and I know sometimes she gets a little tired of the same stuff that I have, but man, I could literally live just off of that stuff. So good. All right, get you in there. Feels good. Little spots here. And this area, like right underneath my feet here as well, I had a huge, basically, we'll call it infestation of crabgrass. So I sprayed the bejesus out of with the crabgrass killer, and I want to see what that does for it. If it gives a chance for you know, basically the grass that I do have here, give it an opportunity to take hold, you know, and out compete the crabgrass a little bit. We'll see. We shall see. But it's definitely, I can tell it's stymied the growth for a bit here on the crabgrass, which is a good sign. That means it's definitely going to be getting down into the roots. It should be causing some problems for it. So, oh crap, that's right. You know, I may actually just let the grass take that over. I don't think about that. If I want to continue just to have the mulch under the trees up front or not, may just let them go. They're established now, so they don't really need the mulch. But yeah, these these maple trees that I have up front here are really pretty in the fall too. Again, I'm not sponsored by Home Depot. Just FYI, bought this myself. However, Home Depot, if you do want to sponsor, I am open to sponsorship on the stream. Just let me know. With that, yeah, just put a little more right here. I'm going to try to load up this year with a ton of mulch up front here. I have a divider. I'm going to come back through and re-split all this. Oh, my poor dog's at the window. She's sleeping with her head basically pressed against the glass of the window, just out cold. Oh, poor thing. All right, let me get this over here while I'm making my adjustments. So as I mentioned, there's two schools of thought when it comes to mulch and doing these things. One is, you know, obviously go slow, do your part right, get it in there, make sure every single chunk of mulch is exactly where it needs to be, you know, super pristine as you go, or dump a ridiculous amount of mulch on here and then, you know, basically move the largest amount of mulch you can as quickly as possible, then come back and fix it. I am on the second, that I like to dump a ton of mulch and then just kind of move it around, because the first good wind, first bit of rain that we come after this, it's going to come through here to move stuff around anyway. So try not to worry. That's the other thing too. We talk about it a lot on the stream here, just as for anybody that's new here. Worrying is not something you should really ever do when you're gardening. And the reason being is you're going to do everything right sometimes, and you're still going to have stuff die. It's just going to happen. You know, these are living, breathing things. This is a entire ecosystem that's going here. And there are times where no matter what you do, it's still going to go sideways. And that just happens. So try not to worry. You know, it's just a waste of time and energy as far as I'm concerned. All right, so we're just going to keep on moving down the road here a little bit. Just kind of see what we're doing there. Yeah, because I want to make sure you guys can at least still see me while I'm doing here. So now I could be hopscotching this thing along. I'm aware of that, but I mean, it's 30 feet. The extra steps will be good for me. And I'll try to burn off all that winter pudge that I got, you know. But again, this mulch is just called all natural that I get. It's just wood, you know, basically just shredded. You know, it's not cypress, you know, it's nothing like that. It's just shredded, basically bulk wood fibers that have not been treated with anything. It's what I get from the nursery. And again, I know the family that runs the nursery. The parents are clients, and they are uber basically transparent about their stuff, because they do have stuff in there at the nursery that is, you know, definitely, you know, they've got the colored mulches that people want, and you know, we all know what that means. It's got some stuff in there. You know, that's going to be part of the deal. That happens. But if they say it's all natural, doesn't have anything in it, that's all I need to hear. So, okay, we are making some headway today. Like I say, I got to get these front beds done today. Depending on what time it is. Yeah, probably just gonna do the front beds today. So I have to get painting done inside today. I'm behind on painting my bathroom. Needs to get done. So I'll take care of that this afternoon and give my face and my body a break from the sun. I've been out here, you know, pretty much every day in the sun, which, yeah, I'm not upset about. But you know, getting a break from the sun isn't always a bad thing either. There, over here. So the other piece too, obviously mulch looks nice, and again, I like this natural mulch. This stuff is, you know, it looks pretty good. But the other piece is that, you know, see how we're coming in there nice, fills in good. I'll get it swept up and cleaned up in a minute. But you know, as it oxidizes, as it starts to break down and decompose, you know, it goes through that color change too, to where it gets a little darker, which helps. You know, a lot of this other stuff just kind of pop, you know, which is good. Especially again on these flowers, but although these flowers are pretty short-lived with the phlox, they'll be gone here in the next couple weeks. They're just here, kind of in the interim. Get you guys out of here. Again, like I say, I'm at the point now with this phlox too. If you can see, I mean, I'm probably going to be edging this phlox next year. I'm still just blown away at how much. I mean, I knew I wanted it to spread, and it's doing what I wanted to do, but you know, just how quickly it's done its thing is pretty impressive. So, okay, so continue moving on here. Just gonna just like this over here. Try to straighten you out a little bit. Sorry about that, folks. That looks pretty good. There you go. That's the other thing too is, so I've got, you know, the first year, obviously with this bed, I had a ton of mulch in here. But you know, as this stuff's filling out, I don't need near as much, which is nice. Saving that money, right? Use it on more plants. No, but like with anything, when you get anything established, the upfront costs are just something you got to take into account. Like I was talking with the redhead, got extra weed I missed here. Come here, buddy. Pull you down. So I got my greenhouse, right? Got that started on the property here. You know, it wasn't a small dollar amount. It was, several $100s. And, but over the course of, just this year alone, we were looking at the price of annual flowers, the petunias and the patience and everything. And just, obviously having stuff from last year, but also the stuff we made from that I'm growing this year. It was usually a couple $100 bill just to get the flowers and stuff that I want to grow. They're already grown. They're grown. They're just waiting for me to put them in the soil at this point. They're already germinated. Some of them, they're potted too. I got my hanging baskets from last couple of years. I saved those, so they're already filled. So in all reality, the return on investment for this thing is just going to be maybe a couple of years. And after that, we're in the black. So that is a good thing. Where do you see this piece of mulch that I got? You guys will love this. I think something got through the shredder that shouldn't have. The size of that thing. Regular tree. Put it in the corner over here. So, yeah, a lot of this too is just, this front is doing what I want it to do. My shrubs are not coming up as quick as I want, but I think this year is going to be the year that they take off, which should be right. They take a little bit longer to get established, but they're not. So we get those guys build up higher. This phlox will fill in underneath. We should have most of this under control here in a hurry, which, that's a good news story. That's what we want, right? There we go. Something like that. It's out of here. Oh, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of mowing to do tonight and edging. So this is going to be it for the non-mowing stuff, outside activities for today. This is pretty much going to take care of this. It takes me, including doing the mulch, doing my compost from the trimmings. It takes me 2 hours to do my yard. I'm only on, a half acre here. It's not like I've got a large. It's a decent sized property. I'm not saying that, but the 2 hours, especially when I'm doing my composting, it does take time. So that's going to be this afternoon, this evening, work that's just got to get done here. All right. Whew. Well, like I said, I hope all of y'all getting out, doing some stuff out in your yards today, or going to one of the box stores or your local nursery, checking out some plants, getting some goodies. That's what you want to be doing if you can. Makes things better, obviously. But I got this weather. We've been dealing with cold weather for quite some time now. If you get the chance to get out here and enjoy this stuff, make an effort. Yep, here comes it's been nice just having my neighbors the church group is all making their way by now, staring at my property and pointing. Too funny. So that's the other thing too. If you haven't been on the stream before, coming out and starting doing, gardening or doing their yard work. And when you go on YouTube, you just see these videos that are, well, show you like the 5 steps to it. And it's a, like again, my long form that I had for those who've been checking it out. They show you the 5 steps to it, and go out and go do your thing. You realize when you get started though, like, man, there's a lot of work to this. That's where I did my, I was thinking about that too. I probably should have, and this will be a mental note for my next one, is my next long form, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the overall length of time it took for me to do my, like for instance, my 50 by 25 garden enclosure to put the, to terminate the cover crop, put this, all the plastic down to solarize it. That took, over the course of 2 days, it took about 3.5 hours to get everything down, to do it right. Just so folks can have a better understanding of what the investment in time is going to be. Yeah. I think that's probably important. I think people need to hear that, or at least make sure that's more readily available, just so people can better manage their expectations and stuff. And again, also because it is a little intimidating, right? When you think about it, if you've never done any, or you haven't done any like larger level gardening, you're just trying to get into it. You're like, oh, everything's so expensive and so much work, and it's true. It is true for a lot of things, but also you can get started gardening for hella cheap too. I mean, when I was younger, we just used cottage cheese, little plastic buckets to start our stuff in. You just save your little plastic containers, and you can use them to start your seeds. Just get some cheap potting soil if you want to get started, or even just grab some soil from outside, whatever. You don't have to go crazy with it. Now, again, once you get better at things too, though, you better know what you want. Then you can spend the money where you want to. But I know way too many people that, in any of their hobbies, they throw money at the wrong spots. And we're all guilty of it. I'm no different. But they start throwing money when what you really should just be getting is reps. Reps with whatever you've got around. Just that effort. You have that stuff figured out. That's the good stuff. That's what you want. There we go. There we go. This stuff's looking good. So I just keep an eye on this to make sure that I don't get another repeat of, I'm going to get a repeat of it, but it'll be a minimized repeat of the sheer volume of weeds and stuff that I had setting up in here. This year should be much better. Next year will be better, even better, and so on and so on. Cool. All right. Now it's just going to be a couple bucket loads over here. Just a couple of bucket loads to get this guy covered up. I think I am going to let those trees just go to grass. I think there's a good reason to. I don't think there's a good reason to. Now I do have like a smaller little wagon that I could be using for this, but like I said, it's 30 feet and I don't think it's super necessary to have. I'm not trying to not necessarily worried about efficiency or my steps. Like I said, I knew I was just doing this much today. Just getting this front part done. All right. Now let's just, this last little bit here, kind of square it away. Where are you? Oh, where are you? Oh, I got my new shrubberies are coming up already. Look at that. That's a good news story. Like that. You guys kind of buried here. Good, you're spreading nicely. Cool. That's what I want to see. I knew it was going to start happening here quick. So I got these guys are spreading my shrubs. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good year. Get these guys all, get this whole area filled in nicely. Yeah. There is that. Excuse me. Oof. Sorry about that. All right, let's see what I can do to try to clean some of this up as we're going back. Now, you can see down the side here, I've got a whole nother set of beds here. Get out of the sun, make this a little bit that here, but I've got wildflowers that are all planted through there, seeds, a ton. So I'm letting this whole area, minus where I do see like crabgrass growing up, I'm letting all this just grow out, and then we'll kind of figure it out as we go. All right, here's that. Make my way through here and clean this stuff up a little bit. I'll tell you, my compost piles, I'm pretty impressed lately. They've been hitting north of 160 with all this fresh grass going in and all this nitrogen. And basically the leaves that I have. It has been one heck of a fire burning back there. It's been pretty impressive. But yeah, you can see kind of looking pretty good here. Going along, you can see where I've got my couple, my bulbs are coming up. Anything here, another set over there. But, you know, now we're just kind of on a cleanup stage here with my phlox. And I'll be coming through later tonight. I'm going to be mowing everything and edging it. So that'll clean it up. But I got to do some lunch first, then I got painting. Painting is a priority. Priority numero uno for this afternoon. We got to get the painting done. Cool. There's that. That looks pretty good. Pretty happy here. All things considered, folks, I'm going to call this a productive day. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. We're going to call this a productive day. Now so with this, I'm signing off. Been cool hanging out with everybody today. Appreciate y'all swinging by. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you can get notified anytime I go live, just like I did here today. Getting short stream, just a little over an hour. But you can see we got some good work done here. Got these mulch, so that's going to obviously help with moisture protection, weed barrier. The phlox is just living its best life over here, and then my shrubs are going to be filling in pretty heftily after this. So, but yeah, with that, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.